Hey Korea, how's your morning so far? This is your DJ DJ브라이언과, and you're listening to What's Poppin' on TBS efm. Happy September! Yes, September is here and summer is finally over. Whippy! Actually, to be honest, if I was back in school, I'd be more like, no, I gotta go back to school. But since I'm not in school anymore, it is yippee because if you don't live in Korea, you don't know how humid it is. I'm pretty sure there's more humid countries in the world, but when you're used to, dry winters and all of a sudden you get a humid summer, you kind of want to get away from the humidity, and we're slowly feeling the cool breeze in the air, and it feels great. So, no offense, I'm kind of glad the summer's over. It was a little long and sticky and nasty and all the rain and everything. And right now the autumn's beginning and it's starting to look beautiful outside. We're going to have leaves changing colors soon. And of course, uneng or ginkgo beans are going to start falling on the ground. They're going to start stanking and everything. I don't know if you all know, in Korea we have a lot of those uneng namus, and they're trees with the ginkgo beans on them, and they fall to the ground, and once they get squished, it smells pretty bad. But they taste great. They taste great in dishes, but it's just when they get squished, they smell pretty bad. Anyways, we got to get our thing going right now. The first song of the hour, it's by an artist named Frank Ocean. I don't know if you know Frank Ocean, but Frank Ocean has some beef with Chris Brown. I don't know if you read their Twitter comments, but once in a while they're hating on each other. Either way, this is Frank Ocean with Thinking About You. Welcome back to What's Poppin' with DJ브라이언과, and we're at TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and surrounding areas, and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Yes, I'm trying to change things up because I feel like we always do it the same way, so I'm trying to change it up for y'all. Anyways, how do you get in contact? Well, it's pretty simple here at What's Poppin'. Unfortunately, we're not live, so you can't call the studio, but you can text us today at #1013 for a charge of 51, or send us a tweet at TBS What's Poppin', or send us an email. It's probably the easiest way to get in contact with us, and that's efmpoppin@gmail.com. Or send us a message on Kakao Talk if you add us, TBS EFM that is, as a plus friend. So, also, if you like to be a part of our open studio, we actually pre-record that on Wednesdays. Yes, Wednesdays. I know you guys tune on Fridays and be like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of this on Fridays. But if you want to be part of our open studio, please be here on Wednesday morning by 10:45, 10:50, 10:55 at the latest. And we'll get you guys situated and sitting on your bootay by then. But if you want to find out more information, please send us an email and give us your information so we can contact you to efmpoppin@gmail.com. There you go. Now we got to get into the word up word of the day. Now, we spent a lot of time talking about Mr. Frank Ocean in the beginning to lead up to the first song. So obviously, that means the word up word of the day is ocean. See, sometimes we try to keep things simple. And since his name is in the song, why can't we use his name? Ocean. Yes, and ocean isn't only his name. Ocean is like, the sea, a big body of water. You know what I'm talking about. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, it's so late. The summer's gone. Why are you talking about the sea or the beach or the ocean now? You should have done that back in June or July. But you know what? You got to look into things into retrospect from time to time. You don't have to always do that just because it's July. You got to talk about July things. So, keeping with the theme, Ocean, our next song is Bottom of the Ocean by Miley Cyrus. That was Miley Cyrus with Bottom of the Ocean. Now, coming up on today's show, we're unfortunately not live today, so we can't play all your songs in the second half today, but we will next week. Don't worry about that. But we're going to be playing all the songs related to the word up word of the day in the first half, and of course, we're going to play it for the second half today, changing up things a little bit. But we also have paparazzi, of course, with all the crazy celebrity news, so stay tuned for that. Now, the next song is by an artist known as Tori Amos. Now, Tori Amos is a legendary piano player and a solo artist who came from North Carolina. Shout outs to Nene, who lives in North Carolina as well. And it looks like the singer grew up in Maryland, but she was born in North Carolina. So sorry about that. Can I, Nene, I'm sorry that you weren't born in Maryland, or I don't know what I'm talking about, but Nene, you know what I'm talking about because you're from North Carolina. Anyways, the song that we're going to play for you guys by Miss Tori Amos is called 1,000 Oceans. And this one is one of her popular singles, but unfortunately, it didn't do too good in the charts. So you guys take a listen and find out. It's a great song, but why didn't it do too good? Y'all check it out. This is Tori Amos with 1,000 Oceans. That was Tori Amos with 1,000 Oceans. Now, ocean, when you think of the ocean, what's the sport that people do in the ocean? Think. Something simple, something a lot of dudes do, and a lot of CrossFitters do this too. They surf. Yeah, surfing is a very simple sport. Not a simple sport. I haven't done it because I'm kind of scared of surfing, but it's it's a sport that a lot of people do. They surf. A lot of people in Jersey do it as well. I mean, you can water ski, windsurf, jet ski, fish, all that stuff too, but surfing is a very popular sport around the world. Now, I'm leading up to the next song, of course. The next song is by the Beach Boys, and the song is called Surfin' Safari. That was the Beach Boys with Surfin' Safari. Great throwback track, of course, from me, too, because coming from Jersey, where the beaches are cray-cray. Don't judge, y'all. You're probably like, Jersey has cool beaches? We do. Not the best in the world, but good beaches, yes. And Surfin' Safari and the Beach Boys are a lot of songs that you hear when you're at the beach in Jersey. Anyways, now it's time for the last song of the first half of our show. And I know you guys are probably thinking, it's too short. Already the half has come, yes. But we still have a second half, you guys, so you guys have to tune in to find out what we got set up for you guys today on Monday. But the last song of the first half of our show is by Cliff Richard, and the song is called Ocean Deep. Welcome back to What's Poppin'. Now it's time for Paparazzi. So by now, everyone has heard the news that Ben Affleck will be playing Batman in the Man of Steel sequel. Why? No, I don't want this happening. All right, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Ben Affleck is a great actor. I like watching his movies, but he's just not right for the role. All right, I said it. That's my honest opinion. So today on Paparazzi, what we're going to do is go over some of the most famous miscastings or rumored miscastings of superheroes. So I chose 5, of course. So we're going to start off with number 5, Mr. Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher. Come on, guys. Honestly, I didn't see this movie because of this. Now, the Punisher is supposed to be a Vietnam vet whose family was killed by gangsters as an anti-hero that we're supposed to identify with. But instead, in this movie, all we see is Mr. Ivan Drago from Rocky IV with a gun. Seriously, that's what it was. I saw the poster and I was like, oh, it's Ivan Drago with a gun. Don't want to see this movie, and I didn't. And I know the reviews are pretty bad as well. So, bad miscasting right there. Also, we got Topher Grace as Venom. Now, many of you guys know Topher Grace for playing Eric Foreman on that 70s show, but in Spider-Man 3, he played Venom, which is supposed to be his huge muscular, or not him, but the character is supposed to be like this huge muscular evil version of Spider-Man. Now, Topher Grace is no near that. And I can see what they were trying to do because, you know, Tobey Maguire, his stature, and I guess Topher Grace has a similar stature, and they wanted to, you know, portray good and evil in parallels, you know. But honestly, it simply didn't work for me, and I saw the movie. It was too rushed, and, you know, Topher Grace did a great job because he's a good actor, but he was just not the right Venom. And I hope in the future, if they do another Venom movie, they recast with a more muscular, more evil-looking dude. All right, number 3. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Now, I'm not sure why they went with Arnold. I don't know if they wanted just a one-liner dude, you know, Freeze, kick ice. That wasn't really working for him, nor was it working for me, nor was it working for people who saw this movie. Not a great movie, not the right choice for the film either. Number 2, Mr. Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Now, Ben Affleck should by now know that he should not be a superhero. That's my honest opinion. He plays great, you know, roles in other films, comedy, romantic comedy films, serious roles, lawyers, whatnot. But the superhero thing is just not him. And Daredevil is probably not the best film that he's made. And, you know, honestly, I'd put that in the number 1 spot today, but except Daredevil isn't as popular as he once was, so we didn't really do that. So, poor Ben Affleck. And number 1, we have what I think is the goofiest miscasting ever. George Clooney and or Val Kilmer as Batman. Really? Come on, guys. Ben Affleck as Batman, I'm worried about that coming up in the future, but George Clooney and Val Kilmer was not the greatest choice for Batman. Val Kilmer was a little too wooden and stiff, and then George Clooney was a little campy, didn't really make it believable. And of course, I don't think anyone can beat Christian Bale as Batman. Christian Bale was a really good Batman. Michael Keaton wasn't too bad, but Christian Bale suited him a little bit better. You know, the fighting scenes, the image and everything. So with that said, since we're talking about Batman, we're going to play an old school track from way back. This is Prince with Bat Dance. That was Prince with Bat Dance. Alrighty, we're going to get into another song. You guys know the word of the day today is ocean. And there are other words that, basically mean the same thing, like the sea, anything with a large body of water pretty much. But the sea is smaller than the ocean. But do you really want to, nitpick and get all detailed? Honestly, don't argue with me because it's my show. I do what I want. Anyways, our next song is by a popular British band called Coldplay. Now, Coldplay was really popular in 2011 as their album charted in 34 different countries. But a lot of people don't know that the band actually started in 1996 when the members met in college. And back then, people told them when they were starting out that they would not make it and they weren't any good. Well, over time, they got better and better, got more of a fan base, and people started loving them. And their music is great. In my opinion, I think their songs are great. And also, of course, the lead singer of Coldplay, you know who his wife is, Gwyneth Paltrow. Of course, people know him as well for that. So check it out. This is Miss Paltrow's husband's group, Coldplay with Swallowed in the Sea. That was Coldplay with Swallowed in the Sea. Now, the next song, alrighty, is set up for you guys. It's a good song. And it's a song that a lot of youngsters, of course, are going to know. And, of course, people my age or older will know because this animated film came out a long time ago when I was really young, of course. And it's a great song. It makes you want to kind of dance. It's got like not a Moroccan, like a Jamaican tropical feel to it. Makes you kind of want to, go to the beach and just dance a little bit. And since today's word is ocean, what do you know is in the ocean? Seaweed. Fish, clams, mermaids. There you go, mermaids. Now the song that's coming up next is Under the Sea. Under the Sea. Bang, bang, ba, ding, ding. Yes, I can't imitate that instrument sound. But the version isn't the original from The Little Mermaid. This version is covered by 18. So check it out. This is 18 singing Under the Sea. That was the 18s with Under the Sea. Of course, this version isn't the original version, so you're probably thinking, I don't remember this in the movie because that wasn't the actual animated version where they're, the cartoon characters singing and dancing and stuff like that. But 18s did a great cover for all you youngsters out there. I think it was on like a Disney soundtrack or something like that, but it wasn't the original version. Alrighty, right now we have another song for you guys. This is a group called Three Dog Night. Now, I actually don't know the song, but it's actually a Christmas carol. I don't know if it's the Christmas carol version of the song, but check it out. This is Three Dog Night with Joy to the World. That was Three Dog Night with Joy to the World. And unfortunately, it is time to wrap things up. But thank you guys for tuning in to What's Poppin' today. We'll be back again tomorrow, so don't be too sad. And if you want to find out what's on tomorrow's show, you got to tune in. Now, the final song of the hour is by Arcade Fire, and the song is called Ocean of Noise. This is Brian Ju signing off. Peace.